pacing back and forth. Oh, I don't understand why you're standing right here. All your shots have scored. No, scratching at the scars you left on my skin. We fight and we fall, then we rise through it all till we find what we want, then we lose it all again. Your touch on my skin, pull me close, take me in. Just me, just you, lost in the moment.
Hey everyone, it's Karen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi. I'm so very glad you clicked on this video. I do hope you will stay and decide to subscribe and like this video and maybe even share it out. I am doing my second look with the Naked Wild West palette by Urban Decay today, and I'll put my pictures of my first look in here. That video did not come out so well since I am using a new camera and those things can be difficult to figure out. Anyhow, I do go in with most of the neutrals and put a pop of green on my eyes today. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. Alright guys, I'm going to attempt to do this video again and we're going to see what happens. I'm going to use the new Makeup Forever foundation and the foundation brush I got in my Ipsy bag. We're going to see if this thing works. It's looking a little small to me. Hi. There we go. Let's put some foundation on her. We're just going to do some buffing. See how this foundation works. This brush. It's okay. I can definitely see some streaks. And it moves around a lot more than my other foundation brush, so the coverage isn't as good. But it's alright. The brushes that you use, the beauty blenders that you use, they all make a huge difference in the way that your foundation comes out, especially if you have larger pores. And I have larger pores in certain areas. However, since I haven't been tanning, this lighter foundation works for me, which is pretty good. So after I finish this up here, I am going to set this with some powder and get my brows done so we can get back into that Naked palette. And you guys said you wanted a neutral look this time, so that is what we're going to do. Alright, this foundation brush, I think I've had it like a $16 value. It's okay, it'll get the job done. You just might have to use a little more foundation and a little bit more of blending, but other than that it should be okay. It's all good. Get out a brush. You're gonna hear Kayla in the background. I tried to post pictures of her this morning on Instagram and it wasn't working. I don't know why. This is a Real Techniques brush. It's a really good starting eyeshadow brush. Kayla's making noises. Okay. Yep. Really wish I would have found my MAC paint pot, but that's alright. We can make this work. Let me make sure there's a nice even coat here. And that it's blended out. There we are. We are going to set it because we're not doing a cut crease. We're actually going to go in with neutral shades from this palette. So I'm going to take my Hourglass and gently go over this. My Hourglass Silky Veil Powder or whatever it's called. Okay. Ooh, those are some white eyes. But that's alright. Now, let's put this aside. Here is the palette. I will put it on the screen for you. Isn't she pretty? I already did that one look and I'll put that in here for you. I'm sorry that video didn't come out very well. Hopefully this one will come out better. I do not like the brushes that come with these palettes. To me, they're pretty useless. So I'm just going to take a stained Jaclyn Hill blending brush, the JH34, and we're going to go in with Standoff, which is this first one in the palette. And we're just going to plop her all over the place. There is kick up in the pan, like a lot of it. So for me, that's not a deal breaker, but for some of you it might be. It just means you're going to go through the shadows quicker. Then we've got Nudie. Nudie looks like a nice color. Let's see. Put that right where the transition goes. That's pretty. And remember, I was telling you guys in my last video, if you remember, that you can make your hooded eyes stand out by putting a dark color in the crease and really working in these shadows when you have mature lids. It makes a difference, a huge difference. You might hear Jackson singing as well. A lot going on today. Okay, so we can put Whiskey. It's that brown, that matte brown. Put that in the crease and blend it in really well. Really well. Circular motions work better sometimes than the windshield wiper motions. There we go. That is a nice color. I am liking that. It actually comes out much different on the eye than what it does in the pan. Remember, what you blend extends, so be mindful of where you're putting that pigment down. I really am liking this palette, and I'm quite surprised since I did not like the Ultraviolet palette at all. But this one so far, we're doing good. And this is my second time using it. I did a really pretty look with the greens. The video just came out kind of blurry, so I decided I wasn't going to keep it up. Alright, so let's do a little bit more brown. Build that up. Remember what I was telling you in that video as well is your eyeshadow should not extend past here unless you're doing a specific type of look. Jackson, can you be quiet? Okay. Ooh, I really like this. I think I'm going to build this color up a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to take this Short Shader E20 Sigma brush, and because I can't find my concealer brush, I think it's dirty, and I am going to carve out a cut crease. This is the Elf Camo Concealer. I'm just going to kind of let it go up and down so this way I can see where I need to carve it out. I think I'll probably end up doing a full cut crease, but mixing the colors I put on my lid. Don't worry if you don't get the line perfect, you don't have to. Especially this is not the brush for it, but this is what I have to work with today. And that brown that's in the crease is going to be very, very helpful. Oh, geez. I don't even have steady hands today. Okay. Now that I've laid that down, I want my shimmers. We're going to get into shimmers now. Okay. Put this brush aside. I'll need that. I'm going to take this Lavish brush and I'm going to put some setting spray on it. And we're going to go in with Cowboy Rick. I really like this color. And we're going to stamp it in here. It might take a little bit for this color to build up, but that's alright. It is super pretty and definitely worth it. Okay. Woo. Yes, I like her. Definitely. Get that color blended in here, and then we're going to flip this brush over and put our next color. Let's see. Now I liked the green, but you guys wanted neutrals. So we could put Rustler in there. We could put Hold'em in there. Let's try Hold'em. Let's see how far this one goes. It's a pretty gold. Again, definitely has to be built up. But I like it. Make sure you're tapping off the excess so to minimize the fallout. Okay, blending and flicking to get that color in there. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit to build this up. Depends on how bright you actually want it. And there's definitely some fallout in the pan, on the face, all over the place. Okay. There's Kayla. I'm going to go back in with my blending brush, and we are just going to blend that crease so you can see we worked hard to put down that brown. So let's make sure it stays in that crease nicely and everything blends well together. Okay, it kind of minimized that gold a little bit. I had a feeling that was going to happen, but that's okay because you can continue to build as long as you don't mind doing that. I think I want to put maybe a pop of green in here. Do I want to do that? Get the fallout out of here. Let's see. Let me grab a different brush. We're going to grab a regular Anastasia brush. This comes with their normal palettes. I'm going to put setting spray on it. And should we take, yeah. Let's go in with Bud. This green is just too pretty to not play with. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Yes, I love it. Do have to build it a little bit as well though. Okay. Remember how I told you about blending these when they're on the eyes? Okay. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, we're gonna take that other brush because we went over into our gold, and we're going to put the gold back. We're gonna flip it over, and we're gonna put some of the silverish back. This way we can blend properly. Okay, we can actually turn this brush over, and really we're just gonna kind of go over it. See the fallout? Oh, so glad I did not do my under eye concealer. So glad. Get rid of that fallout. The neutrals are definitely a lot lighter And that brown is a lot lighter, I'll be honest with you, than what it looks like in the pan. I might want to build up that green some more. Okay, so those colors blended into one another basically. So I'm going to take my finger and go back in with Bud and make sure that that is popping in the middle there. There we are. I'm liking that much better. Okay, so at this point, put your eyeshadow palette aside and let's get into some winged liner. First thing we're going to do is take the Tarte liner, put that on the lower waterline. I really like this liner. I have quite a bit of fallout, so I'll be cleaning that up and adding some concealer. But let's do a nice thin line here. You can hold your eye if you need to, or hold your skin, I should say. Hopefully the video is focusing better this time. There we are. Okay, and with a new liner, doing a wing can be different because all the pigment is running down. You always want to store your liners like that too. Okay. Doing a wing, we can flick back. Then make the line thicker. Make sure it connects with the outer corner. Just like that. How comfortable are you guys doing a wing? I know some of you said you were really getting the hang of it, which excites me. This is a nice thin wing. I'm just going to sharpen it up. And I've got one longer than the other, which can happen. But you can always fix it. And then if you make a mistake, no worries, because that's why we have under eye concealer. That, or if it's too much of a mistake, you can actually go in with the Stiffy. Yes, Stiffy. Do we even have one left? I may or may not have one left. Ooh, there's my brow bone highlight brush. This one's not really a Stiffy, but it's kind of close. Alright, so what you want to do basically is grab some makeup remover. If I can find some here. Pretty sure I can. This is toner. This should, it should work. Put a little bit on the Stiffy. Shake it off. Ah, there's the MAC paint pot. And just kind of swoop this up. Look how easy that is. Clean it up and you are good to go. Yes. Love sharing tips. Okay, so at this point here, well, see, I'm looking at my liner and I'm like, that's not perfect. I need it perfect. There we go. Atta girl. Okay, now let me grab my makeup wipe. Make sure I get as much of the fallout as I can. Then we're going to go in with a dose of colors, medium tan. put a little bit. You don't need a lot. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. You just don't. And you can take a foundation brush if you want. Pull it down. Brightens up that eye area. Go right over and sharpen your wing. And then do the same thing with the other side. And if you get any color on it at any time, wipe it off. And then continue. There we go. And then you want to set it. And you can use, if you're doing the buffing method, I would suggest using like a puff to set it. And I'm pretty sure I've got one around here somewhere. I may not, but that's all right. I can use this. Grab a beauty blender. There's Kayla. And I was using the Tarte setting powder, but I think I'll go in with the Becca setting powder today. And we're just going to put some on and go ahead and set that under eye. Then I'm going to, oh, I'm inhaling it. My goodness. Yuck. Okay. Now I'm going to take a fluffy brush. Get rid of that. Get some mascara and some lashes on, and then no, we have to do underneath the eye. Why didn't you guys tell me? So I got some blush on, the Patrick Ta one we just got. I got the Laura Mercier highlight, which I am loving. It's pretty bomb. And we're gonna go in with a pencil brush. These brushes are kind of stiff, so I don't really like to use them for the under eye, but that's what we're working with today, so that's what we're doing. We are going to take Cowboy Rick and put that on the inner corner right here. Kind of swoop it up a little bit. Ooh, it is crumbling the shadow. And we can actually take this same brush and use the point to do the brow bone highlight. And you can bring it down if you want. I like to do that. Super pretty color. Now we're going to put some setting spray on this baby, and we're going to go into Whiskey, which was that color we first used, and we're going to put that here. And we are going to gently wiggle it. Gently. We're going to need another brush to blend it out with, though. This is not a blending brush by any means. We're going to go into Text as well with this same brush. That's that dark green. And we're going to put that here. Okay, give it a second to dry, and then we are going to grab a blending brush. If I can find one. Ooh, we can take this one and make it work. This is an Eco Tools brush. And what we're gonna do is pretty much just smoke this out by wiggling it back and forth. This is a brush with kind of hard bristles, just so you know. It's not one that I would normally use for this, but I have to wash my brushes. Here we are. Okay. Mascara and lashes is what we need now. Actually, I wonder if this brush that comes with this palette would have worked for anything. This is supposed to be the blending side of it, but that's pretty useless. This one here definitely could have worked for underneath here. Yep. Well, that's good to know. I always keep any brushes that come with palettes. You can never have too many brushes. Okay, it is time for some mascara and some lashes, so let me get that done and I will be right back. Alright guys, so this is my finished look with the Naked palette. Now I've used it 2 times and I like it. There's a lot of kick up, so it looks like it's very loved already. But I have to tell you, overall, I'm super happy with this palette. You do have to build up some of the colors. I did use concealer instead of using MAC Paint Pot as well in my eyes. Sometimes that makes a difference. So it's something that you want to consider. The type of brushes you use. What the swatches look like can help, but it does not tell you how it's going to perform on the eye. I do have pictures of swatches I can insert in here for you, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Put them down in the comments below. Thanks so much for taking the time to join me for this video. I do love it when I get to do live chats with you guys, and I love reading your comments. So please continue to comment, talk to me down below. Let me know if you've gotten this palette. It's a $49 palette. I do think that it is worth it, and I'm happy to say that. So thanks again for joining me for this video, and I will see you guys real soon in another one. Bye!